Buttery flaky crust. Dan. Buttery flaky crust. Hello everybody and welcome to this week's episode of Accidental House Husband. It is me, Matt. I am back and wow, it has been quite a week. On this episode we are going to be talking about going to see Wicked here in Detroit. The witches from Oz have flown into town, and we're going to tell you how you can get some cheap tickets and really see a fantastic Broadway show. We also went to Cedar Point, spent a fantastic day at America's Roller Coaster. It's probably been maybe my 10th plus time, and Tommy's first. So we're going to talk about exactly what we enjoyed, what rides to catch, and exactly how you can save some money when you go to the park this season. You still have Halloween weekend, so there's plenty of months left. And this week we celebrated the 13th birthday of our little girl Trixie. She has been in my life for the last 11 years and we couldn't be happier. She is just living her golden years in style. This past Wednesday in Detroit at the Detroit Opera House, they are showing Wicked. It has flown into town. Now, you have a great opportunity to go and get cheaper tickets. If you're on a budget, you can still see a Broadway show at a great price. At every Broadway box office, they do a lottery about 2 hours before. It might not be every Broadway show, so definitely check ahead of time. But what you have to do is simply go up, write your name on an index card, throw it in a bucket, and then a half hour later, people are gonna call names out of the bucket, and they're good for at least 2 tickets. Now, those tickets are usually front row, and sometimes they might be able to be paid by debit, sometimes they're cash only, so definitely make sure you're checking the regulations. But that's a great way to get tickets for Broadway in New York City. But what about here in Detroit? Is that still an option for us? Absolutely! The Wicked Tour has come into town and they are offering $25 ticket, cash only, happening 2 hours before every show. So what you have to do is show up at the Detroit Opera House, go into the lobby, write your name on a lottery ticket. It's just your name, your phone number, and that's it. It's literally everything that you should already know. Drop it in a bucket, and then they're going to call approximately 10 names, and those are good for 2 tickets each. Now, we actually were able to win, so we went and put in our name. They called Tommy's name, and we went over and collected our tickets, and we were going to be in the orchestra level, house left, and we're essentially in the second row back. So we're on the side, slightly obstructed, but $25 tickets. Fantastic. We showed up, we enjoyed the show, and Wicked is just a phenomenal show to take your family to. We have honestly seen it a few times. More than 5 times. It's really great for us to be able to just sort of on a whim decide, hey, you wanna go see a Broadway show tonight? Fantastic. Let's literally walk around the corner to where the Detroit Opera House is, and we can see a show. It's absolutely amazing, and it really is just so great that living in downtown Detroit, we can get great Broadway theater coming right to us. We don't have to worry about missing New York City, which we used to just have at our fingertips. It was really fantastic because when they called Tommy's name, we walked up and we received our I won the lottery, the Wicked lottery buttons, and then we wandered up to the box office to buy our tickets. Maybe 2 names later, they called my name, and we responded with, we already got tickets, and which caused everybody to cheer, and I was just like, yes, yes, great, fantastic. It was a fantastic show. Make sure you check it out at the Detroit Opera House, playing through the early September, 8 shows a week. These people are performing 8 times a week here in Detroit. They're here for you. Come see them. They're fantastic. If you haven't seen Wicked, I don't know what you're doing, but that is one of the best shows on Broadway. It's the first Broadway show that I ever saw. It was in Chicago. I went with a youth group of mine, and I literally bawled. I was bawling before the intermission, so definitely make sure you check it out. Y'all, this past Thursday, definitely an epic moment for Tommy and I. We visited one of my favorite places on this earth, Cedar Point. If you are a roller coaster fan, you have been to Cedar Point. This place has the most roller coasters, the biggest action rides. It really just makes me so excited. It makes me so excited to even think about Cedar Point. But we went for the first time. I haven't been in probably about 5 or 6 years, and we rode everything. We went on a Thursday. It was supposed to be a little overcast, but the high was supposed to be 80 degrees, so it was going to be a beautiful day. We got to ride every single ride. Now, the longest ride that we waited for was Steel Vengeance. brand new roller coaster available at Cedar Point. It's actually an old roller coaster called the Mean Streak, which is a traditional wooden roller coaster that they have turned into this hyper coaster beast. It has a steel track, wooden structure, and this monster is amazing. We have a little video of us coming off of the ride that we want to show you. Hello! We just got off of Steel Vengeance and it is amazing! Oh my god, it is everything that you could want it to be and more. It is amazing. It is Mean Streak on crack. You will love it. Get to Cedar Point. Just do it! Now this ride is freaking fantastic. There are loops, there is a huge dive at the very beginning of the ride, and when we were waiting for this ride, there are sometimes mechanical issues when they decide that they want to shut the ride down. So when we were waiting for the ride, we knew getting in that it was going to be a 2-hour wait. It's been a 2-hour wait all day, it's going to be a 2-hour wait all night. So we finally had eaten one of our meals. We'll get back to our meal plan that we had, and we got in line. About 15 minutes into our wait, shut down for mechanical reasons. Now, with the rides at Cedar Point, if they shut down, people are going to stand around for maybe approximately 5 minutes. After the 5-minute mark, somebody is going to get out of line and they're going to walk right out. After the 5-minute and 5-second mark, like 30 people are going to be getting out of that line. So we stood after the mechanical issues took the ride down for about 15 minutes. I would say half the people had removed themselves from the line. So we had advanced so far into the line, and then finally, boom. The ride was up and running. We were so excited, but thunderstorms were rolling in right around 7 o'clock. And so we were watching across Lake Erie, this rainstorm come across the lake. And I was literally looking at the water, looking at the ride, looking at the water, looking at the ride, just being like, please get us on this ride before this rain rolls in, because if you shut down this ride, who knows if it's even going to reopen. So actually what happened was we got right on the ride. It was dripping down rain. We finally got under the cover. We got in the car, second to last seat in the car. Second to last seat in the car. And we loved it. It was amazing. It was thrilling. It was exciting. It was like nerve-wrenching. It's amazing. Steel Vengeance, Cedar Point. You have to see it. It's worth the wait. We were able to do our trip really very affordably. We had an offer come through last February, before the park was even open for the season, offering buy one, get one free tickets. Snatched it up, had those things in our email, just ready to print off whenever we needed them. Now, when we were going, we decided that we wanted to try giving the meal plan for $31.99. Now, this meal allows you to go to lots of different locations across the park, get one entree and one side. Now, your drinks are not included in this, but you can go every 90 minutes. So once you have a meal, you can easily go on a ride and then come out and get another meal. So we gave that a try. We each got our own meal plan, and then we got one refillable drink that we could share throughout the park the entire day, and there was no limit to the amount of times that we could refill it. So we realized we have to have at least 3 meals to make it worth our while. So we were actually eating more meals than we even felt that we needed to have. In the end, we thought that the meal plan was a great value, but we almost thought that we could actually share one. Because of the amount of times that you're eating, a lot of the foods that you're getting are going to be chicken fingers, hamburgers, hot dogs, things that are easily shareable. And so we could actually probably get one meal plan and share it throughout the day, just like we did with our drink. Our unlimited cup drink was $11.99. Now, when you actually get the souvenir cup for the first day, you can refill it as many times as you want. But you then have a cup that you have to carry around with you. There is an option where you can just get a disposable cup. So every time you go up, you're gonna have a wristband. You have a wristband for your meal plan, you have a wristband for your drink. They scan it, they give you a cup, boom. Overall, we thought that the meal plan was a great value. We actually thought that we could only get one and we could just share our meals. So that way every 90 minutes we have some sort of snack. It'll get us through the entire day and save us a little money at the end of the whole trip. Make sure you download the Cedar Point app. It's gonna tell you anything from where your restaurants are located to which restaurants actually take your meal plan. It's also gonna tell you the amount of time that you have to wait for any ride. And I found that it was pretty accurate. If they had a ride that closed down for any reason, it actually showed that it was closed. We got very lucky when we were walking off of one ride that the Millennium Force just happened to open. It was closed most of the day that we were there, but we happened to jump on it in the only 10 minutes that had been running for the entire day. Overall, we had such a fantastic time at Cedar Point. It was amazing to just spend the day together and being able to ride the rides and share a little of my history with Tommy. You know, we love Dollywood. Dollywood will always be one of our favorite places on this earth, but it's great to just have a day of roller coasters and fun and junk food and really just be able to spend a little time together. Not only are you getting to ride these amazing roller coasters, but you're getting a great view of Lake Erie. And here we are with Trixie Lou. She just turned 13 years old this week. We are so happy that we got to celebrate with her. We had a beautiful walk along the Detroit River, and then we went over to one of our favorite places, City Bark. It's located in Capitol Park here in downtown Detroit, and they have, it's an amazing dog and cat boutique. They have lots of different obviously food and treats, but they have a lot of different like colors and just little fun accoutrements, if you will. And we went over and they gave her some doggy ice cream. She loved it. Did you love it? Now, those of you who know me personally know that Trixie and I have been together for quite a while. We have actually been together 11 years. She was a rescue that I got when, well, that she found me. We found each other, you know, that's how it works. And Trixie came to live with me when I was finishing my second year of grad school. We found each other in Lansing, Michigan. We quickly after that moved to New York City, where we lived for 7 years. And then we moved down to Charlotte, North Carolina. And now here in Detroit, so full circle. She loves spending time up at her grandparents' house, up on Van Etten Lake, and swimming around and chasing squirrels. She has two amazing siblings, Zoe and Pinter, cats that she doesn't even know exist. She doesn't even care about them. We love her, and I hope that she's having a great life. Now, Trixie came to me, she was born in 2005. But she came to me in 2007 when I found her, when she was a rescue. Now, it's really important to make sure that we are looking at our local shelters and looking and checking with local animal rescue organizations. We want to make sure that we're rescuing dogs that really need a home. They have come from a bad background. That's not their fault. And we really just want to show them the love and the appreciation that they deserve. My family has always adopted rescue animals, and they're some of the most loyal, loving, kind dogs. Make sure you're doing your research about breeds. You want to make sure you know exactly what kind of chemistry is going into each dog that you have. But it doesn't matter if it's a Labrador or a Pit Bull. These are loving dogs, and they are definitely going to prosper in a loving and kind environment. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Accidental House Husband. If you're liking these videos, please subscribe down below. If you hit the little bell down below, it'll tell you when we have new videos posting every week. And definitely make sure you're leaving comments down below. I love to hear your feedback, and I want to hear any questions you have, anything you'd like to talk about. Trixie says she's out of here, like her equity time card needs to be punched, so she's done. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's right below. Share with your friends. Do you know somebody who might like the Accidental House Husband, who might think that I have something interesting to say? Well, if you think that, then you've obviously not been watching the previous videos. But you will definitely find some entertainment, and I hope that you smile and laugh when you see the videos. And don't forget, live for fun and spread joy. That's all I ask of you. I only ask of you one thing. Well, I guess it's two things. But do those two things. It'll help your life be happier. And make sure that you're checking us out for our next video, which will be coming out next Monday. Have a great week. We love you. Mwah.